It's coming, guys. Update 44 for BTD6 comes with a brand new MERMONKEY Tower. I think it's one of the more highly requested, fan-made, fan-suggested towers, and it's finally here. The MERMONKEY is a magic tower, but amphibious, with a shadowy tentacle creature, awesome ice jet ability, and a balloon hypnotizing melody. So today we're going to check out what all 15 upgrades have to offer. Now, this is an early access build, so big thank you to Ninja Kiwi, once again, for allowing me to show you guys how it works early. Now, there is a quest to learn how the MERMONKEY works, so we'll go ahead and play it. JK, I played the quest, and it's not a good place to showcase it. Let's jump into the new map, Luminous Cove. It is intermediate, and as you can see, it is very much themed around the MERMONKEY, and it comes from 2 lanes. Or rather, it appears to alternate lanes, because if I just play round 3 right now, it looks like it's only from that side. And on hard mode, MERMONKEY costs $650. You might notice that the splash art looks different from the others, and don't worry, this is only because I'm playing on early access build, and it has a couple of missing things that you might see later, but it won't affect the gameplay at all, or I think the visuals. I think it's just, like, splash art. But take a look at how it's thrown out, or how the MERMONKEY attacks. It throws a trident, and it's a bit of a unique attack in the fact that, at least according to what Ninja Kiwi wrote in their patch notes, it's a low-range amphibious tower with a large vision increase when placed in water. That'll get to in a bit, but they throw a trident that pierces twice while damaging 3 balloons each time it does it. So aka it has 6 pierce, but it's not the same as 6 pierce. Or rather, it has 2 pierce, and it looks like it does 2 damage. Not bad for a base tower, right? Now that I think about it, aside from Sniper, every other base tower does... Okay, Mortar got changed to do 2 damage, so Mortar and Sniper. But yeah, they joined the tiny club now of having more than 1 damage at base. Now, let's go ahead and drop the MERMONKEY on land, because as you saw earlier, it is amphibious. And take a look at the difference in range. I think it's only range that it gives. Maybe there's more I haven't seen yet, but for now, let's just drop 1 down range, and you can see the difference. Are there any, secrets on this map as well? I clicked the thing to remove the kelp, but it seems like there's nothing else, at least on the surface. Now let's actually start taking a look at upgrades. So Trident Efficiency, we'll start with the top path. Acclimation to local water density allows MERMONKEY to attack faster with all their attacks. Pretty simple. Needs no explanation. Usually attack speed is the better cross path, so I'm assuming that might be what we do when we get to middle and bottom. And this one's pretty simple too. Trident Swiftness. Tridents are thrown faster and travel further, which is very important because you saw I just whiffed those yellows. Not a great placement. By the way, I know it's an official tower and all, but it always feels like I am playing a tower mod whenever I do these for a new tower. Kind of like what happened with Beastender, although I think Beastender was way more unique in the merge aspect. Not to say this one won't be. In fact, I've heard many cool things about it. Let's start with the middle path now. Tridents pop more balloons. Very simple. And Tidal Chill. Icy Tridents are larger and can freeze balloons now. Interesting. Oh my god, the projectile speed is so slow though. Probably not a very good place to put it A. Or rather, maybe I should get this. Echo Sense Precision bottom path. MERMONKEY can detect camo, and Tridents seek their target. That's actually much needed. And what's much needed is the fact that, finally, something else can freeze balloons, because white balloons are, like, pretty damn useless in this game if you don't use Ice Tower. Sure, there's, like, Ball Lightning, but that's literally the only other thing that freezes if I'm thinking correctly, right? Also, let's get Echo Sense on this one, or rather Crosspath, because I need this to be a little bit more accurate than it currently is. And how about drop another one over here? And now finishing off with the tier 2s. Echo Sense Network increases range for all Echo Sense MERMONKEYs, stacks up to 5 times. So I think what I should do is definitely buy this. Get 202 in this, because now it can actually get the range to hit this much earlier, and on the other way around. So think Pop Lust, but range. Not gonna lie, I would take, well, Pierce and attack speed over range any day of the week. But who knows, perhaps this may be useful if, like, the MERMONKEY never gets range on any other upgrades, even tier 5s. In that case, it would be much needed. This is also way too early to call, but it feels like MERMONKEY is, at least base towers, they don't seem to do too much. They don't hit lead either. I'll just get a sniper here to defend it then. What I mean is that their upgrades are like so cheap for tier 1 and 2 that I guess you shouldn't expect them to do much, and that is indeed the case. Also, looks like there is a height blocker for snipers over here, or rather any tower. Time to look at the tier 3, I guess. So I can tell you before I start getting this is that from the patch notes, the top path Mermonkey fights side by side with a mysterious sea creature that attacks in all directions, slows Bloons down with inky tridents, and enhances all towers within a radius with a percentage pierce increase. Fascinating stuff. I see they're starting with the percentage pierce strength started by Striker Jones, but let's take a look at Abyss Dweller here. This is where you start getting tentacles, lashes out at Bloons with powerful tentacles, and it grants nearby monkeys small pierce increase. Again, I don't know the percentage, but it is indeed a percentage and not additive. And there you have it. The Mermonkey has now gained 8 tentacles. It still can't hit lead with either of them. Is it any good, or do we still need... I'll do some attack speed to get those leads down. It seems alright, I guess. And there you can see through those ink spots that those tentacles just come out from the ground. And that's how they lash out and do damage, along with keeping the trident attack. Also, it affects every single tower. More of a support tower than Beast Anther, am I right, folks? Like, let me just test with the submarine. 4 pierce. Normally the sub has 3 pierce, if I recall correctly. How much damage does it do per tentacle attack? Looks like, I think, 9 or something like that. Take a look again. Yeah, I'd say something like that. Pretty good mob damage, I would say. Which, I guess, foreshadows Abyssal Warrior. Sure, we'll keep going with the top path while we're already here. For only $4,000, coats tridents into thick ink that slows Bloons. And the creature grows in power, destroying most Bloons with ease, enhancing nearby monkeys with even more pierce. Alright, let's grow the tentacles. And have them start splashing out that dark liquid. At least, are we able to see it here, or are we killing the Bloons too early? No, we're seeing it. Just think glue, but on the surface, it doesn't look like it slows it down as much, and I'm very curious. Can I get a glue gun here, please? I want to see how Bloons look when they stack. They get double stacked with glue. Surely there's, like, some unique art for this. And it might be hard to tell, but yep, I saw one glued and inked balloon there. Time to redo the challenge of the balloon with the most status effects, am I right? Also, it looks like the Mermonkey now, tier 4, throws this spiky trident. And, I must bring attention, it is left-handed. Wait, are all of them left-handed? Huh. That's cool. We'd love to see some left-hand appreciation aside from the boomerang, which technically isn't truly left-handed because he's ambidextrous and can use right and left. But very cool, just so you guys know, I am indeed lefty, but not full lefty, in that I write with left, but I throw right, and I do like, honestly, more than half the things with the right hand. Just one of the more important things being writing with the left, so in that case, that's personally why I think I consider myself lefty growing up. Anyway, enough focusing on top path. Before we get to your 5s, let's take a look at middle path. Riptide Champion. Mermonkey draws energies from the sea, and tridents grow in size and power as they travel, and they crash with devastating force. Let's get it, and you can see this very cool looking icy attack. And apparently what's interesting about it, let's buy Echo Sense just so you can see. Whoa, it also seeks too. That's cool. Looks like when it reaches its limit, either if it hits a wall or if it runs out of lifespan, it just splashes. Creates a giant splash effect. It also seems to split into 2, and that's something the tutorial mentioned. Take a look there, it's kind of a T-shaped attack, if the pierce doesn't, like, get in the way. And that is indeed what Ninja Kiwi says in their patch notes. The freezing waves grow larger and more powerful the further they travel. Ah, that's why it's getting bigger. I see. So is it a good thing that we, like, let this thing not hit walls and have more time to seek around? I guess in that case, like, seeking sounds better as a cross path, even if you get less attack speed, but that might just be situational, as like a lot of things are. But looking back at their description, it deals increased damage to any frozen targets, and with the Ice Jet ability, it fires a quick barrage of bouncing ice projectiles, which we're gonna get to in a second. But for now, I just realized that this thing already inks, well, okay, you can tell by the, splash art, it inks Moabs, which honestly is pretty good for the fact that it's only under $8,000. The fact that it has utility in slowing Bloons down, and can be relied on as a damage option. I like it. And while this BFB makes its way in, Arctic Night. Now this can finally pop lead balloons. Oh, I should have gone that last round. But it grows in power faster, and the ice jet, well, it's exactly what Ninja Kiwi said earlier. Follows target priority or the targeted point. Can I get this before this BFB pops so we can see it? And before Benjamin Trojans, there we go. It's like a mini Ultra Dark at home, but it lasts for like 2 seconds. But also freezes a lot of balloons. Very cool, Mermonkey, very cool. I also just realized that I don't think the lifespan is long enough to for this thing to be super amazing in this spot. Because we're actually not getting the giant splash tag because it's not turning the bend fast enough. Also, we'll just go ahead and get Echo Sense Network. We should finish off. Get all 5 for maximum range. Not that the range really matters right now because none of them can see over. But I might as well just finish the job. There we go. Ninja Kiwi loves stopping things at 5 stacks. Let's see how we are against these 3. Do we need this ability? No, looks like... Damn, we're gonna clear that with ease, didn't it? It's gotta be the tentacles, right? It looks like they do pretty high base damage. It's gotta be them turning the leads to reds, right? Or is it another tower? I'm not sure, but doing good. I'm already liking this tower from the pure fact that just looking from, you know, a casual player's perspective, it's not as confusing to learn as the Beast Handler. Not that Beast Handler is overly confusing, but for one, like, the cross-pathing never matters on it, and 2, I don't know, the merging mechanic just feels pretty damn out of place. But this is not a dunk on Beast Handler section. Let's take a look at the targeting priority, how it work. Let's do this. Have them, oh crap, right, there's no wall to bounce off of, so that was obviously a really dumb idea. But it's pretty nice that this ability, like, works for casuals and more experienced players, because then experienced players can maximize this ability a lot more. How do the angles, wait, is it not bouncing off? Isn't there a wall here, or am I tripping? It might have missed by a little bit. All right, again, this time pointing to the top left corner. There we go, it's actually bouncing. Just making sure that it wasn't different because of targeting changes. But now for the bottom path, Ninja Kiwi says that this is a path that lures balloons off track with an irresistible melody. It's a dance around the Mermonkey for a short time while also detonating any DOT effects on those balloons to deal all the remaining DOT immediately. Now that I'm thinking about it, what's a tower that has a crazy damage over time effect? Doesn't Glaive Lord have a crazy DOT? It lasts like 15 seconds. Once again, I still may be getting carried away here, but still. For $3,000, Alluring Melody at tier 3 entrances only non-Mob class balloons with a hypnotic tune. And that stuff I just read. Let's get it. And we pop the balloon too quickly, you see there. But yes, this is yet another ode to the balloon shipper. Just take a look as we pop the mobs here. Look, the balloons are circling around it. Except the difference is that you can actually target balloons while they're circling around this Mermonkey here. Not gonna lie, I thought we already had enough, like, balloon shipper references from Pat Fusty's Big Suck to Condor's or Beast Handler's attack, but now this is probably as close as it gets. Does it not? It also seems to not, like, has a really long cooldown, because it didn't lure a single balloon in that time. There must be a long cooldown. Come on, Ben, stop trolling me with your Trojan. Allow me to see it. Okay, maybe we gotta change the targeting. Certified Benjamin moment, folks. Okay, a lot of balloons here that we can pop. In fact, let's use this to clear the clump. And it looks like it really does, like, keep those balloons rotating around for a very long time. It doesn't do any damage while they're in, right? I don't think so. Since Trident Efficiency says all attacks, that means cross-pathing this should work in theory. I wonder if the Pierce would allow it to, like, lure more balloons in with, like, music, but who knows. Symphonic Resonance. Is this where we can finally lure Moabs? I gotta love that splash art, though. Wiggly, wobbly Moab and balloon. We haven't seen that before. But this one can now affect low-class Moab class balloons and strips camo. So we got our D camo at home. And can be set to echo from a nearby point? Huh. Ah, that's very convenient. I would like to have it rotate around, well, where my main DPS is. How's this? Oh my god, BFBs? For that low cost? That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Damn, it just also took that BFB all the way back to the entrance. My god, or at least it memorizes the point that they were. That looks a bit, like, sudden, though. Very sudden, jerky movement back to the entrance. But okay, this is truly the the Bloon Chipper upgrade. Also, if this wasn't mentioned yet, you might notice that the splash arts here are, they're not done yet. Just says MERMONKEY 400 with how it looks in-game. Don't worry, again, this is an early access build, so they will probably have it finished by the time the update's out, which would be soon TM. But here we go. Let's launch the barrage. It looks like it does 15 damage. I can see between the cracks. And I guess if there's one thing we're lacking, it's single target. Because we were cruising along. Look at this save up, by the way. Almost 80,000. I know it's just hard mode, but still. And once again, this freaking bottom path will carry us through. I can see some really nasty synergies, especially since you can now target this thing. Basically just have a giant AoE terror, like, I don't know, maybe Inferno Ring. Plop this right on top of it and prepare to watch the damage go crazy. Also, it finally looks like we're going to take the L here. It took long enough, but our tier for MERMONKEYs have finally, well, bitten the dust. We'll use a free continue here, and we'll buy one tier 5 here. Alright, how about Lord of the Abyss for 31,000? The fully unleashed Wrath of the Abyssal Creature brings the power of the depths to the surface, annihilating most balloons and greatly enhancing Pierce of nearby monkeys. Wait a minute, this can't be real. Ninja Could be actually giving real descriptions? Descriptive descriptions on their towers? I can't believe it. Let's get it though. No range increase, but now those tentacles have turned white. And now let's see how powerful it is exactly by seeing the difference from round 80 to, or rather 81 before and 81 after. It looks, well, pretty darn big. But remember, it's not just giving damage, it's also support. I really need to know how much Pierce this thing has. Or rather, what the Pierce increase on this thingy is. So let's take a look at how much each dart can be doing at max. Not gonna lie, it's really hard to see here. But I'm still seeing at most 4 Pierce. I never see it Pierce 5 balloons at once. Well, people will probably data mine the exact stats for every upgrade here eventually. But for now, I'll just take it as a decent amount of percentage Pierce. I wonder how the synergy with Striker will work. Like, maybe not super OP, but it would just kind of be funny to see a tower with low Pierce just get Pierce buff to a ridiculous amount. By the way, these percentage buffs are always based on the base Pierce, so giving stuff like, you know, True Sun God First wouldn't actually give a higher percentage increase, because this is just increasing the base amount, if that makes any sense. Anyways, I think I've seen enough of this MERMONKEY here. Still pretty lacking in ZMG damage, but literally the moment we pop it, this thing can clean up so easily. Let's take a look at Poseidon. Nice pun there. For 56k, what does this do? The Ice Jet ability draws such power that a rogue wave floods the map with super cooled water, freezing all balloons and reclaiming the weak for the sea. Spooky. Alright, let's get it for these DTs here. And let's launch the wave. Wow. First off, the whole screen wipes through, and we apparently don't have enough DT damage. Don't mind me just spawning a Glacier here. And MIB. Doesn't this thing already hit Let though? So why didn't it do like what I thought it would? I know it says it freezes all balloons, but like, yeah. Here we go. Launch. So as you see, freezes all balloons, kind of like an absolute zero. And there come the mini Juggernaut balls, or rather, ice balls. And okay, I can definitely tell here that the main attack is increased too. Like for 56k, I would hope it did. Just because that cooldown seems pretty damn long. But those tridents are spawning out like crazy right now. So many T-shaped attacks coming out everywhere. Now for DDTs, hey, we can finally, looks like they kind of does low tier Mo class balloon because the MERMONKEY can suck that in. Nice. Let me use this like right now just to see how long does it slow down those balloons for. Oh crap, that's pretty weak, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe the freezing aspect isn't the main part of that tower, but yeah, it's probably like the sheer amount of ice balls that throws out. At least that's what I think. And holy crap, how are we leaking to like purples, camo purples? It's kind of sad, but outside of that, it does seem pretty decently strong. I'm gonna keep it real. Finally got it. Wow, that was close. But not enough to save us. Maybe time for the final harmonic so that we can rotate more DTs. This Elder can echo its irresistible tune anywhere. While devastating to balloons, the call inspires nearby heroes with improved range and cooldowns, and Magic Monkey's extra Pierce. Okay, it doesn't say too much about its balloon chipping power, But it's yet another sport. And look, we got some extra range. And thankfully, it isn't range, so we get more Pierce, I believe, yeah. Damn, Pierce on 2 different upgrades on the Mermonkey. Guess you can stack that pretty well. Let's see if this makes a difference now. Certainly doesn't make a difference in our camo purple popping capability, so fine. We'll just get this out of the way, and alright. Balloon chipping ability is indeed working pretty well, but can it keep up all these ETs so that I don't have to use the ability? Seems like it's good enough. Cool. And now we can see here if it affects ZMGs too. Yes, it does. Damn. I guess it's balanced by the fact that it's such a long cooldown to start the harmonic again. But still, the fact if you just get hit in once, it's kind of some crazy utility. I like it. I'm sure there'll be a lot of crazy synergies. Let's go ahead and use this to see how much damage those, like, icy juggernaut balls do. And also, is it just me, or does it, like, just seem to not do a lot of damage? They seem to last for a while. It's not spawning new ones, right? Yeah, hold up. Like, half of the cooldown, and some of the icy balls are still up. So maybe that's where the power comes from. And that the damage of the ability itself isn't significant, but it slowly adds up over time. Like, for example, let's go ahead and use it here. Yeah, it's going up by a lot now. Tens of thousands. Or maybe that's just the trident doing damage. I don't know, but anyway, 98's going to be cleared with ease. Definitely some weaknesses in the tower damage-wise, but probably made up once again for the buffs, which we'll definitely have to check that out. And also bad damage. Take a look. 10 damage and like 40 per tentacle, which is pretty slow. And if I use the hypersonic attack here, maybe we can truly see how much those icy balls are really doing. I don't know. Still feels like Trident's putting a lot of power, because look. I don't think we're gonna pop it in time, come on. Oh, we did, but we still like to DTs. Was the harmonic not ready or what? Because it wasn't, like, sucking anything in for a long time, but it didn't get those DTs. I'm ashamed. Alright, we'll homeland here, just for more damage. And just so that we guarantee this works. There we go. Beat that, and once those ZMGs go in, it's game over for them, right? Right. Nice. Still a lot of things to learn about this tower, but I'm excited to figure out said things. And of course, let me know your thoughts on, like, the Mermonkey. How do you like the concept of it? And are you excited for it coming, once again, soon TM? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, so you get some more in-depth coverage of the Mermonkey upgrades when the update truly comes out. But for now, I'll leave it at that. Catch you all later.